Yeah, pretty much.
But I'm trying to shine up a little bit. Maybe.
I think you're doing great for someone who hasn't left their house in a year or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that
look
was
at you.
not true, but it was more like I hadn't been downtown. I was just doing everything but downtown. It was more that I was just going to like other places and not downtown because I used to go downtown.
Well, you're going hanging out with people who already know who you were. You know, you were in a comfort zone. You were not getting outside of your comfort zone at all.
That's fair.
But like until you moved here, it's what sparked me to start going downtown again because I stopped going downtown for like over a year.
Yeah, it's like, Ross, I need a ride.
Yeah. I was like, I need motivation to go.
This is really because Rafa doesn't have a car is the whole reason we're doing this.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad.
Well, I'm too. I'm glad. Don't ever get a car. No. Well, you're moving now.
So wait, are you going to visit Rafa out in California? He said you were thinking about moving out there.
I would move there.
Yeah,
I mean, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Like I always wanted to. A lot
Have you
of
ever
people
been
I knew. Yeah, I've been to San Diego. My brothers moved there. The second that my brothers like were of age, they went to California. Same with San Diego. Same with a lot of people from high school. It seemed like a lot of people from Kansas City, at least from where I was from, like had San Diego on their mind and like still live there. Like. Only reason my brother moved back is because he had kids, and it's like, if you're gonna have kids, especially twins, like, a lot of people move back to where they can have support from like a parent to help them, have an easier existence.
I didn't know until I moved to San Diego that was like my mom's dream destination for us in America.
It still is.
San Diego?
Yeah.
It's my dream destination. Everyone's like, where do you want to live? San Diego is the best place in the world.
Why?
Because the weather and like, there's ocean. You can still go to the mountains within 4 hours, right? You can still go
the desert. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot to do. I mean, the weather. 70 degrees.
For the third time,
and
the weather.
Plus, I like going to the beach. There's attractive people. There's.
You like staring at ladies?
I could see you on like a longboard on the boardwalk with your guitar and you're just
staring at a lady.
I don't think I'm not the guy to like bring the guitar to like the public area. I remember when So, that's just weird to me. Like,
no, this is California Ross we're talking about. This is a whole other version of you, okay? This is the
Ocean Beach Ross.
The Ocean Beach Ross. Yeah, I could see him hanging out
There's
on
a
Ocean
couple
Beach.
times I brought a guitar, like at the Lake of the Ozarks. I remember I had this little boat and I would take it out and just play guitar in the middle of the lake. That was kind of fun, just by myself. Play acoustic like in the middle of the lake. That was pretty cool.
It's kind of nice.
You're gonna come visit. You got to come visit.
I know.
You got to come hang out. Yeah, you can come stay with me and Christian. We'll give you a couch.
Yeah.
Turn the favor.
Well,
or you can bring that couch out.
Well, basically, here's my plan for the next few months.
You mean my new bed?
I'm gonna finally live by myself for the first time. In 10 or 15 years. That I've since I played when I played poker, I lived by myself and I had money. But ever since then, I've been broke or not broke, but I have had roommates. Forever. Even getting older, like my buddy called me like a year ago. He's like. We were talking. He's like, "You have fucking roommates?" He's like, "Aren't you a little too old for roommates?" I'm like, "Well, I don't make fucking. All my friends from back home make like 150K at least.
Damn.
And I make 50K.
It's pretty good still.
I mean, for what I do, I guess it's pretty good money for what I do, and my response is pretty easy.
I'm not
job.
really a good judge of what's good money because I don't really.
I think like 60 grand a year. Right?
Is the considered medium?
Yeah, that's like the middle class. It's like
below
the new middle class.
Yeah, you're lower class if you make
the poverty line is 20,000 or less. So if you're making 20,000 or less, you don't even declare taxes.
Income, yeah. There's like household income.
Well, if you're one person, you know what I mean. That's your household. I don't know how people
can live on less than people that make less than
with a lot of
$15 or $20 an hour. Like I think I average $27 an hour to 30.
Well, you either just don't have a car or don't have a house or don't have a
or never go out like me.
It's just never go out.
It's like people think I might have money to but it's because I don't spend money either. Like then I buy expensive shit.
But I mean, I've come to the point where it's like I'd rather be poor and happy than fucking have money and then just be miserable all the time.
Yeah. You have to love just running around in that circle of never really making enough money to save or anything. You know what I mean? You're just kind of surviving.
Well, I think it's crazy that any adult has ever less than $1,000 in their bank account anytime. Like I think it's crazy to ever have less than $1,000.
I frequently have. It's rare that I have more than 1,000.
I would freak out if
It's rare that I have consistently $100 in my bank
Yeah.
account.
To me, that's insane. If like you can't make a rent payment, if you can't make a full rent payment at any time of the day of the year, like if you don't have, like it used to be 1,500, but I would say like if you have less than 1,000, I feel like I get terrified.
One of these?
Yeah.
I just want to know what it's like to have money once in my life, even for like a short time. The pandemic, I had some pretty good money in the pandemic. That was fun.
Yeah, those the stimulus checks plus the unemployment was probably the best money I've ever made, and it's
too.
the best I've ever felt because I had all this time to be creative and go out and experience the world. Like there was nothing hindering me.
I was jealous. I was essential, and I didn't get any of that pandemic money.
Well, I worked.
None of it.
I
But at
worked.
least you're a hero.
I worked the first year
I
of the
made less
pandemic
money.
until someone got shot in front of me at one of my jobs, and then I was like, "Fuck this," and then I quit. And then I was like, "I'm gonna go on."
Wait, where was this?
I worked at Aztec Smoke Shop in the college area of San Diego, and I was helping a guy. It was like the first 30 minutes of my shift, and this guy came in looking for, because we sold tattoo products there as well, like needles and
Like
inks.
arms and legs that you could tattoo.
Nah, not like that. Fake skin that you could practice on.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But this guy came in looking for numbing cream because he's gonna go get a tattoo.
Because he was about to get shot.
And then he was like, I want to review this product. Let me go grab my phone out of my car. And he walked out of the doors. His car's parked right in front of the store. And he went into his car and grabbed his phone. As he was walking back up to the doorway, these 3 kids ran up and shot him, like
Damn.
at point blank
Oh,
range.
you told me that.
Yeah, he got three shots on him, 2 in the chest and 1 on the leg. And then, yeah, it was fucking crazy. And I was like, yeah, fuck this.
Did he die?
I don't know. I don't know. He was like laying on the ground, bleeding out and like crying for his mom. And I was like, this is
Oh,
gnarly.
fuck.
And his cousin was with him. So his cousin had him in his arms and was like, somebody help. It was like this crazy, it was so dramatic. And when the shooting happened, like all my coworkers dropped to the floor. And I just stood there like blank. I was like, oh, that's crazy.
You were like,
that guy
kill-
just got shot. That's
Kill
nuts.
me.
Yeah, I don't know if I could be any sort of emergency responder.
And then I hit
person.
the silent alarm, and cops were there in like 50 seconds. It was like less than a minute. They were like, they're
Whoa, you might
super
have
quick.
Saved that guy's life, maybe.
And then yeah, they took
Well, he
him off.
doesn't know if he died or not.
I don't know. They never said in the police report after, but
Damn.
yeah, they made me wait around for the cops, the detective, for like 5 hours. So I just had to hang out at the crime scene. I was like, fuck this, dude. I'm
Damn,
tired of
yeah.
working. I'm just gonna do what all my friends are doing and go on.
All the
unemployment.
excitement's over. Now you're just sitting there. You're like, oh, this is boring.
Yeah, it was
He might
pretty-
even be dead by now, you know?
Yeah, he
Like,
could have died on the way to the fucking hospital. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And the detective pretty much showed up to tell me like, oh, these are probably people from out of state who stole a car. But, like, we'll never catch them. Like, we'll hand over the information to the FBI, and that's it. And I was like, you made me wait for 5 hours to tell me like this is hopeless. There's no point. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, great,
Great.
man. Thanks. Can I go home?
Cool.
Well, it is pretty sad now that like literally you can just call the police, be like, "Hey, someone stole my bike. I have a GPS on it. It's in their backyard, and I can stare at it. It's right there, point at it." They're like, "Can't help you," or like just like
Why not?
all the
What?
cops won't really do. Cops
I don't know.
a lot. You'd be surprised how
Dude,
often cops like
This
literally
is
just
Austin
won't help
PD
you.
that's been
Yeah.
defunded, right? This is the
Well,
what
they're not
you've seen.
defunded. And
They were
here's
pretty
what I want
defunded.
to say about the defunding thing. What's lame is everyone talks. Everyone missed the whole point. The point of the defund thing.
Well, first of all, take it easy because you know there's a lot of cops that watch this show. Okay.
Oh, I love cops. My point was that a lot
You
of
guys
that, the
get that?
defunding really meant. No, I am a cop. The defunding is really meant to like defer some money to more mental health professionals, so a guy with a gun doesn't always show up. Like if there's someone call, like when I got arrested, I called. I was like, there was no danger. I was like, hey, this girl's crazy. They
yeah,
should.
okay.
They really should have been a psychiatrist that shows up. And the guy's like, oh, we are trained in mental health. I was like, why do you have guns and shit? Like there was not a problem here. There's no danger. Like, but 4 cop cars pull up when I said, because it used to be I called 911 and it says, is this an emergency or do you want mental health professional? And I would say mental health professional, because I don't know if it still does that if you've ever dialed 911. But when I dialed 911 on her the first time, it was just 911. But then once they did the defund thing, I was like, oh, I thought they were advertising, oh, we're defunding and doing the mental health thing because they were all supposed to be trained. So I called 911 and it's like, is this...
They still sent the cop,
It was
right?
emergency or mental health professional or do you need an ambulance? I go, I need a mental health professional. And that's what I'd say every time.
Can you mix
And they
and
would
match?
show up and then fuck...
Okay, well, so here's the thing.
But it was bullshit.
Sunday was my
It was
last.
still just regular cops.
Sunday was my last shift at work, and there was a homeless lady that walked in, and she said, "It's cold outside. Can I sit in here?" I was like hesitant about it, and then she was like, "I promise I'll behave. It's really cold." And I was like, "All right, if you just sit in the corner and don't bug anybody, you can stay in here." And then she started asking people for their phones because she wanted to call somebody or something. And then she started asking me if she could use our phones. And I was like, hey, look, if you're going to start doing this stuff, you got to go. And then she was like, I'm not leaving. And I was just like, you're not leaving? And then she was like, yeah, call the ambulance, call a fucking cop, call whatever you got to do, but I'm not fucking leaving. So I was like, great. My last shift, I had to fucking call the cops and do this whole thing. So I called the cops, and as soon as the dispatch person answered, I explained the situation. She goes, so do you need a cop or do you need a mental health professional? And I was like, either or. I just need this person to leave. Like, and she's like, do you think this person has mental health issues? And I was like, I said what you said on the first podcast. I was like, she lives outside. I was like, dude, I mean,
nice.
I was like, come on, lady. Like, are you fucking with me right now? Like, yeah, she obviously has issues, you know? And then she's like, does she have a weapon? And I was like, not that I can see. She seems like she's just distressed and cold. And they still sent out a cop, even though I was like, it's
they
more of a
always do,
mental health.
because
it's more of a mental health issue.
Well, so the cops are then trained to be the mental health people versus
then the cop-
having a normal.
So then the cop
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
get
yeah.
your shit. I'll take you to the woman's. You know, I was like, you're just an Uber for
thing
fucking
is,
the crazy
and,
people.
Well,
much,
here's
yeah.
here's what I was
Also, sorry
experiencing was
about my mom, dude.
I wanted help with.
Ross,
But
you
a
were
lot of
dressed really
cops,
weird when
they
you
go
came
there,
into work the other
some
day.
cops will show up and they're like they don't want to be there. Like let's just arrest this person or leave. You know. So like when I was dealing with a crazy girl, like I was like, you know, even if she's hit me, like, do you have damage? I was like, I don't want you to arrest her, but like, what do we do? Because this girl's gonna kill herself or hurt me, and eventually I get arrested. But it was like, how do I kept calling? I was like, what do you guys want me to do? I was like, I called 311, called like the suicide hotlines. I was doing all this stuff, and the cops would show up and like, oh, we're mental health. I was like, no, you're not. You're just a cop.
They just have like a fake nose and glasses. They're like, yeah,
I
we're
was
mental health
I was like, if you
professionals.
can arrest me right now, then you're clearly not like some psychiatrist. But they're not going to.
The cop just kept saying, and how does that make you feel?
They're not going to send
yeah.
they're not going to send a plainclothes person to a potentially dangerous situation. But that's why when you call them, you're like, it's not dangerous. I just need someone to talk this person off a ledge
Really?
type of thing.
Do you want to hold
know?
this emotional support taser?
You know,
Yeah.
but like, man, like that's what I think people have misconception of the defunding. It was really just, hey, to put some more money towards like other services, not just have a uniformed cop show up to every call. Like you should be able to call for emergency, be like, I don't need a guy with a gun that just has something better to do.
What about a cop
I want
with-
someone that wants here to help. You know, someone that showed up.
Yeah,
here
what
to
if they
help.
just kept the gun in the car?
Yeah. What if we gave the social workers
I don't care. It's
guns?
not about the gun. It's about the.
We need someone in uniform. We need someone in uniform who is trained to deal with this situation,
Correct.
to show up and
Yeah.
help out,
Bad
right?
boys.
That's
There
needs to be-
public service.
Well,
yeah.
but so instead, it's always just like, hey, who's the nearest unit versus like people that are more dedicated to the because there's
But
a
if
lot of
those
these calls
people
that
are
like,
equally as trained, that they
there's
could just
a
not bring
lot
in
of
their
these
weapons
domestic disturbance
unless they have to
things,
go grab it.
A lot of these situations, you know, are
I spent all day watching Cops. All day.
Could you imagine if it was an army of psychiatrists who had to take down the Waco house?
No, I couldn't imagine.
I thought that'd be funny.
I
It was
think
funny in my
it's
head.
funny.
I don't know.
I pictured, all I could picture in my head when you said that was just a bunch of people in lab coats walking into that situation with a bunch of clipboards and being like, so.
But like with each other's arms on their back, like a SWAT team kind
Yeah.
of. They've all got clipboards and they're just
Clear.
Yeah.
But you know, at some point you got to be like, this person can't be saved. Just shoot him. Just you know. Well,
Like that lady at Jimmy John's
well,
who
I don't
wouldn't leave.
understand. Even in movies, anything with cops, like now they just shoot to kill. But like,
I felt bad. I get
I hate
she's
the whole
cold,
freeze.
you
It's
know?
like
I don't
shoot
want you to
someone
be
in the
cold,
leg.
but-
Like even bad guys are like, hey, put your hands. You know, every time I hate all the. You know, it's fiction. I know it's movies, but like just. Shoot the person, disable them. Like whenever you're like, hey, stop.
Like in real life, how they just, as soon as they see a gun, they just shoot. you
Yeah,
know?
well, and now in real life, because, you know, back in the day.
But I think what he's saying is like, don't shoot to kill, but just fucking maim the person enough that they're gonna live.
So they-
and
Oh,
not
easier said than done.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean?
but if it's like a villain, I'm talking about like fictional movie
Sorry, I
villains.
thought I shot him 31 times in the leg. My bad.
I mean, you can kill someone by shooting him in the foot too.
I
but
swear I was aiming for his leg.
but like, you know, the more like just, you know, disable someone, injure them, you know, there's not enough of that. Not enough just shooting to disable people. you know?
Yeah, but I mean, at that moment, like your adrenaline, you know what I mean? Who knows?
But isn't
dude?
that kind of more of a burden on society? Because now we have all these disabled people that we have to take care of.
That's
Well,
true.
but if I'm talking about shooting a bad guy, let's just talk about a movie. Like, hey, movie villain, stop.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, why don't you just, if you're the good guy and you don't want to kill him, just shoot him in the leg or something. You know, like just.
So you're doing all this talking, but this whole time you could have been shooting somebody.
Yeah, because it's like if you know that they're going to turn around and kill you if they get free, you know, if they're out to kill you, and you're like, hey, well, let's put you in jail. It's like let's just make sure that they can't run off first. Let's shoot them. You know,
But what if they're pretending to be maimed?
shoot him again.
Well, I like what Rafa was saying is if you disable somebody, that's now a disabled citizen out in the world that like
That's
we
just
all have
another
to,
thing we have to take
we
care
have to
of.
assist,
Taxpayer
you know what
money.
I mean, less stairs, more ramps, which I'm not like I'm
Well,
complaining.
they're
with it,
probably
but, like,
going to jail, so now they're going to be disabled in jail, which
That's
is
also taxpayer money to keep people
Yeah.
patrolling prisons, and
yeah.
a disabled guy in
we
jail,
need to
he's
get back
definitely
to the
going to get
whole put
raped.
prisoners back to
Oh,
work
he's gonna be a
thing.
little fuck doll, dude.
They need to
Passed
have
around.
the whole little.
They're gonna attach a rope to him and throw him down in different tiers.
He's going to be praying that cop shot him. You know what I mean?
Damn,
like
dude.
killed him.
Yep.
They need to make the whole world like this, like
Just
like
every stereotype about jail
like
and prison
everyone
and
is
cops
like,
ever.
basically.
instead of jail, there's just like a more dangerous work, like a job. Like, oh, you're a prisoner, you're gonna go do this dangerous job, and
You're
if
gonna
you
do
do a good
crab
job,
fishing?
the more you do it, you can get out and like get to a safer job.
Deadliest catch, new season.
Yeah, but then you
all
just end up
inmates.
doing a dangerous job. You just murder everyone on the job because you're like, well, fuck this. You know what I mean? I'm already a criminal. Like, why don't I just kill these people, take their money, and I'll take their boat, and then I'll, you know? So you can't have them do that.
Well, I mean, you know,
We go back to let's try and figure out a way to not murder people. What's the alternative?
Without also increasing the financial burden of the taxpayers in
I
this
think
country.
let's
actually-
solve this problem. Yeah,
I think
no,
we
tough,
need more
right?
vigilantes killing bad people. Like, you know,
Ooh, vigilantes.
yeah, I need more like Dexter type. Well, I never saw the end of Dexter. The first few seasons, I didn't see the end where he
Okay.
started fucking his sister and going weird and stuff. I didn't see all that.
They
stuff.
weren't actually siblings, they found out?
Well, so I meant you. Spoiler. No, I'm just kidding. I
like
never
you're
saw it.
a fucking 20-year show. yeah. How dare you ruin
I
the
never saw
fucking...
the end of Dexter. Well, me and
He's
you
gonna
watched
watch it
Breaking Bad.
later.
Well, I was the same with Breaking Bad.
yeah.
I'd watched the first 3 seasons and then never watched it once it got popular because like I missed out and then I didn't jump it. But we rewatched all of Breaking Bad.
Just to watch the last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had that watch party, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, and everyone's like, wait, watch party for Breaking Bad? Didn't that end like 20 years ago? It's like,
Hell yeah, it did.
Yeah.
watch party.
Yeah, I felt like such a hipster. Like,
Yeah, you show up late to something like all the cool people.
I didn't want to do it when it was cool.
Yeah, no, that's dorky, dude. Oh,
How's
yeah,
it
yeah,
going
yeah.
out there?
Got canceled.
Got canceled?
Oh,
Okay.
bummer.
All right,
Does anyone want to do a podcast?
there's no time limit on this one.
Anyone want to
guys.
meet Ross out there?
There's no time limit.
God, I wish somebody would come in and meet Ross.
Well, the last couple episodes, I was kind of like, you know, it wasn't funny at all because I got too serious about talking. I'm like, oh, don't.
I think this has been the most serious podcast we've done.
Yeah.
I
There's
was
been a
serious
lot
with my
less
whole
laughs
Asian
on this
crap.
one.
Actually, I'm North Asian, by the way.
I was
Russia.
thinking we need actually like an audience member in the room. I think we're funnier.
Yeah, well, Josh was.
We're
there,
less
yeah.
hangy and serious.
Well, also,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
all
maybe.
sick. I was like, tried to cancel today. I was like, I'm sick. I'm not
You
coming
seem just like every
I'm
other
sick too.
time.
I'm getting over it, but like
I've only had half a beer.
I used all my PTO. I was sick the entire time. What I had
Well, that's
to do.
what that's for, right?
the
Oh,
shows.
really?
I wish I
How'd
had
you already get
PTO.
PTO?
What?
Yeah, you've been working that long and you already got PTO? What
Yeah,
He
you
has
get PTO
dental and
immediately.
health
I have
and-
dental. I
How
have
much
health.
PTO do you accrue?
I don't know.
Crew.
I looked at it, but I forgot. Actually, thanks for reminding me.
I don't
need to
get
look
any.
again.
That's the thing. I don't get any paid time off, any bonus, anything like that.
Yeah, because you work.
Me neither.
Because I get more
Because you
hourly.
work for a company that literally would hire the lady that was trying to get
Oh, yeah.
warmth.
Yeah. Oh, people
yeah.
think I'm insane.
You should have been
but
like,
it's
"Hey, lady, do you just want to work at Jimmy John's?" Like,
If she
That's why I
didn't
said I'm
smell
so
as bad as
happy.
she did,
I wish I
easily throw her in
I
a
always
shirt.
say I wish I wasn't happy doing it. Like I wouldn't mind getting a second job, but I don't want to quit this one because I'm happy there. Like I like to. It doesn't feel like work to me. Like I just show up and like talk to people I like and like.
but maybe that's a bad.
But
thing.
even me, like working as many hours as I did, I didn't get PTO. I didn't like, you know what I
Because
mean?
you weren't a manager, you're PIC like or whatever. you know.
That's bro. There's no assistant manager anymore.
I
It's
know,
a GM,
I know,
and then
I
your
know.
managers
so only
are the
G-
PICs.
So all those other people, no one gets paid time off except for the GM now.
Yeah,
Yeah, but then everyone gets these tips, the baked in extra $5 an hour tip. or
work at the
whatever.
airport, dude.
it's not baked in.
My job's so easy. Like I work 10 to 4 and I make like
I have Chase. What do I got to do to
I
get
make
into
like
the lounge
$200.
on Saturday morning?
Do you have the Sapphire rewards card?
No, I'm fucking dude. It's me. They don't
sorry.
give me
I
any
work-
I don't
premium.
know. I was fucking.
my job's
You
so
said it.
easy.
You
Credit
said it
card.
convincingly. I was like,
I do have a
alright.
Chase account, but I didn't know how
yeah, yeah,
exclusive this fucking club is.
Yeah, it's some specific card, or you have to have like I think $10 million invested. Like with Chase or something. I heard that, but then when you see the lounge, because it's a temporary lounge, I mean, it's real like it's just real YMCA. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like,
For
yeah.
$10 million card holders or whatever?
Well, and people come in. You can tell who they are too because they're dressed very nice. You can tell they have like
and they
good,
look around and they
I
see
wanted to
you
go.
and they're
good
like,
quality
"God
shoes
damn it."
on. Yeah,
Well, I
exactly.
texted you.
And over there, I'm sick. My eyes are watering. I have snot coming out of my nose. I'm like, do you want a ranch water? Like, can you make a Bloody Mary? I'm like, no. Do you want Gardettos? We have Gardettos. I can give you a ranch water and chips.
Yeah, just put your pretzels into
so
your.
people ask
We have
you-
a farmer's fridge. It's free, but it's empty because the guy hasn't come up yet. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, what kind of requests do you get where you're just like, no.
All the time, like gin, beer, like any kind of like mixed drinks.
He doesn't
people
mix
do.
anything,
And-
so it's
and
not like
they
a
don't-
And then they
traditional
get mad
bar.
at
Is
me.
there
Like I
anyone that
decided not to have
mixes? Is there
fucking
anyone-
booze in the place. It's not my fault. I'm
But
just
is there
a shill.
anyone that mixes anywhere in the lounge there, the Chase Lounge?
No, there is no hard alcohol because it's
You'd have to actually go to a bar where they don't get the privileges of having everything for
Well,
free.
because I was at the airport
No,
last
I think
month.
Delta gives stuff away for free. You just tip. Like
Really?
like the Delta Lounge.
Lounge?
Yeah, right across the way. The Delta Lounge.
No, I
is
just mean like if
noise.
they didn't have this thing, they'd have to go to a bar to get an actual fucking
Oh,
drink.
yeah.
Like
You
if you want
buy-
like a mixed drink somewhere, you'd have to go to an actual bar in the
Pay for an
restaurant and pay
overpriced.
for like
Yeah.
a $12 ounce pour.
Yeah.
You
Some
know?
bullshitty fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to give people a lot of bad news, but some people are really grateful too. You know, that's nice. They come in, and then I feel even kind of worse for them because I'm like, oh, you think this is nice? Like, all right, whatever, cool. So
They
yeah.
get it free from using their credit card or whatever.
Yeah, it's fun though. And also it's a tiny lounge. It's mostly like a terrace, but
And it's
now it's frozen outside, so
and
we
it's-
can't let people out there. There's like icicles and shit falling off the roof outside, so people can't go out there. So the inside lounge only seats like I think 10 people. So once that's at capacity, I'd see them up at the front. They're like, "Yeah, so we're at capacity. It's just grab and go right now." And then they come in, they look around, they're like, "What the fuck is this? Sucks, dude."
And it's also at the gate 1 because I was like at the other side of the airport. I texted you. I was like, "You there?" You're like, "I'm
Yeah.
here." I'm like, "Well, I'm not walking all the way to gate 1."
Yeah.
I'm at gate 20.
Just to not get in
I'm at
because I
gate
don't.
20.
It would be funny to see you at the end.
I would have if I was like, "Listen, it's."
that would have been cool.
What time do
But
you
it's-
work on Saturday?
9 to 5.
My flight's at 8:30.
Ah, bummer. I mean, I'll
Or I just come wave to you through the fucking
Yeah,
wave
Yeah, I said
goodbye.
I'd drive you. I might not.
Yeah, I'm usually getting to the
I
employee lot by that
figured the
time.
minute that you were like, I'm not feeling up to doing the podcast tonight, that you weren't going to drive me to the airport at
No,
fucking 6 a.m. on Sunday, dog.
I mean,
Damn.
it's Sunday. Oh yeah, I could do that. I don't work Sunday.
I need. Are
I'll
you
sa-
going to actually do it though?
I'll save you some money. Say goodbye.
I'm willing to spend the night at your house so you don't have to come fucking pick me up.
Oh, that would be easier.
There you go.
Well, I
Compromise.
mean, it's not really out of the way. If you want to chill, yeah, why don't you chill?
I'm doing nothing Saturday night because I have to get up early.
Oh,
so
well,
I'm
then
not
let's just
going out and
well,
doing
then fuck
shit.
yeah. Let's just chill Saturday night, and that makes sense.
The only thing is it's gonna be there.
I mean,
Yeah, probably.
he,
It's fine. You'll have someone to support you kicking him off the TV for once. You know what I mean? No, we're watching this asshole.
maybe I'll come over and back you up.
Yeah, come
Or
hang.
be
It's
on
my
the side
night.
and make it even.
It's my last night. Yeah, even it out.
Yeah.
But he said he's.
He's still
He's-
mad at
he's-
you for
he's-
saying the N-word on his podcast.
Me?
Yes.
I was. Hold on. I
You were
was
paraphrasing a stripper or a hooker
a
or whatever.
prostitute. She said the N word, not me. I was telling a story.
Yeah. See,
I'm tired of this shit. You said the N word. No, she said the N word.
Remember when
She's a
you-
bad guy.
Remember when
She
you were
is.
trying to get him to live in the house for 2 weeks when I moved out, and then came to work and was like, "Oh, great, crackhead Joe's gonna be living at my house now. Thanks, dude."
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just for that, I would have smoked crack in his room. How about that?
It's so
Oh,
gross.
instead I got-
You're gonna go into his room.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you want to see a funny photo?
Sure.
I took
is
that
it?
photo. Oh, and what you didn't see was the updated one, which is even worse.
No, so that
was
showed me
December-
that. Show me the updated.
I didn't take the new photo because I saw it, and then by the time I came back, like it was gone. But like that was December 28th, and then it was still there.
Bro, you're gonna have to
2
move to
weeks
San
later.
Diego after this podcast come out because
2
you know
weeks.
he's the only person watching this podcast,
He's not
right?
watching this.
Just to hear.
He
if
even
we
goes,
talked
"Why do you even
about
go on there? No one watches it." I was like, "Because it's fun. I don't care.
That's
I don't care if anyone
hilarious.
watches this. I'm just having fun."
Well, he should understand.
Well, he has a number one
Yeah, he
podcast
has
at
a-
iHeartRadio, so
But he doesn't
how
want me
are we to compete
but
with something
I'm not
like
supposed to
that?
say his name here, so I'm not saying your name, buddy.
I'm saying it.
What picture are we going to show me?
He is a dirty human being that has he
Photos,
just
there it
stacks cum paper by his
This
bed.
this is currently Galen's.
Whoa.
No, that's
That's-
normal. That was normal.
That was December 18th. That was he
Wow.
took a photo of that passing in the hallway.
Uh-huh.
The door was
Well,
open
he
when
would
he was
always
on the
talk
road.
about it when Mike was living there. He would
Wow.
we'd always be like, "What the fuck? This is
First
not okay."
podcast I did, I was the second guest on his podcast ever, and he showed me a photo like that, and I roasted him for 3 straight minutes on one of the first episodes. It's 6 years of this behavior. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
like we talked about this.
It's a lot of cum. 6
It's
years.
just like throw
Bro.
it away, buddy.
You bring a girl home. She sees that, and she
Yeah.
still fucks this guy. How crazy is that?
That's not that crazy. There's dirty women out there.
That's crazy to me, dude. That's so nasty.
There's a lot of people out there, you know? Just goes to show you how many people there are in the world, that, you know?
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't know if I.
That's why I don't ever wanna have
I don't
kids,
really have
you know what
it
I
in
mean?
me to
You don't
play
want your
guitar,
daughter
but
to end up
will.
at
I don't want my son to end up like. I don't want my daughter to end up fucking a guy like. You know what I mean? Like that's the issue. It's a big problem.
A lot of editing this one.
Yeah,
Damn.
because we're not.
No, fuck that. We're over time anyway.
Yeah, who cares? Dude?
Well, hey, they're not going to stop us. I mean, no one's. Hey,
Hey, if they, when
We'll
it
just
comes
splice
in,
up the best moments of this
Josh
podcast.
would be like, why
Want this to be a
because-
best of?
It
Josh
has
is,
to be.
Josh is gonna.
We should have done every
Josh.
episode like that, just a best of.
Josh is editing this right now. Hey, sorry, we went 2 hours.
Yeah.
No one.
Hey, Andrew, can you stop the recording?
Hey, can you
no.
pull this
oh,
off?
Where is it?
damn.
What's that, Andrew? Fuck Josh Cabaza. Okay, if you say so, bud. Wow, that's crazy, man. Whatever.
I did hear him. Everyone. Well, you got any? This is it, man. This is the last time we're gonna sit across from each other for a while. You got anything you wanna?
I want to
fucking-
say I'm glad you guys dragged me here. Whatever, however many weeks ago, month ago, however long ago that was, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Because I
It's
was
gonna
like,
be-
I didn't want to come, and I was like,
You did
I'm just
not.
gonna
You
be.
tried not to.
I'm
You
just
really
gonna
tried.
like make myself look like a fool on here, and
Mission accomplished, you know?
yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
I've had
No
a
one
little,
watches
a little
this, remember?
excited.
Yeah.
If we ever have a guest though, like I swear I get a little excited. I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we
I
need
noticed
to-
when you
Plus-
jump up and down the eyes on the frog hat kind of move. That was fun.
But I'm also like dead sober too. Like in the sense of, I mean,
You looked at
one
the beer
beer.
when you said
Come on,
that.
a beer.
Yeah, that's
one
fair,
beer
that's
is dead
fair.
sober.
Yeah, all
Two
you, had,
beers.
all you had was a yogurt today.
Oh well, I had some Dayquil. I only
Okay.
smoked like a couple bong
but when was
rips
that?
or-
Because that only lasts 4 hours.
You had
I took-
Dayquil, smoked a couple bong rips, and had some Coors Lights.
I'm sober.
Actually, I forgot. I did actually.
Dead sober.
Actually, I didn't eat breakfast, but I did drink a beer around 1 o'clock. I did, even though I was sick. I was like,
Dead sober.
I swear to God, because
Taylor, don't watch this.
He texted me at.
I was drinking beer. I was drinking beer when I said I was sick. I was sick.
Because he
and drinking
texted
beer.
he texted us at 12:57, and when you're like, "Oh, I'm sick. I'm not really feeling up to it," I literally was about to text back. I bet you're having a beer.
I was.
right.
I
I bet
was.
you're drinking whiskey right now.
I was drinking a
dog.
beer at that time. I was like, I'm gonna be sicker because I'm drinking.
But I didn't want to judge or be shitty, so I was just kind of like,
Actually, the beer's made. It's the whole the whole burst of energy from beer thing. That
Yeah,
we
again,
saw on the internet.
yeah, again, detoxing. Yeah, it's it's avoiding the DTs. Yes, it does feel nice to actually get the
Which
drug.
is the opposite. Because
Bro,
I
that's-
remember I was talking about drinking whiskey when you were sick before with your mom, your aunt's hot toddies or whatever. I was
my ex-girlfriend. Yeah.
or aunt, ex-girlfriend. She's
your aunt. You dated your aunt.
whatever.
Crazy. Nice.
Yeah.